Hi folks, 15th of November, so we are now halfway through NaPodPoMo. I hope the lapel mic recording from yesterday wasn't too bad for everyone. I haven't told my neighbour Len that you could hear him on that as I walked past. You could probably tell that I was about to walk past someone, because I couldn't follow through what I was going to say and couldn't think of it. I was trying to make a decision on whether I stop talking, continue talking, just face up to it, so in the end I waffled for a bit. And then you can hear me saying hello to Len. I think it went okay. I need to wear the lapel mic somewhere different so it doesn't click as I walk, and it does pick up the background sound, but it's quite good because what I want to do is do some recordings out and about, not necessarily in quite so noisy environments, but I want to be able to use it for recording anywhere I can. I got one with a massive long cable, so it should be really good for positioning, even if I can't have my phone on me or if I'm using my phone as a video recorder at the same time. Today I have been watching for upcoming episodes, so I watched a bit of Parks and Recreation for a recording that we're actually doing in December, but because I need to watch a whole season, started that watching tonight, making a few notes on things I want to talk about for it, and I started watching National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which I've got about half an hour or so left to go. I was doing one of my multitasking things, watching an episode whilst also ironing. I was running out of shirts for work, so it's something I've always done anytime I need to do some ironing. Put a movie on, just get through it whilst you're doing something you enjoy. Other than that, not too much to report. Continuing a bit of social media work for the episode that came out yesterday, so just another tweet about it, just trying to make sure no one's missed the initial tweets that went out when it first got released, and some social media on the upcoming recording this weekend. We always like to ask people what feedback they have what questions or comments they might have about the upcoming show. It's really good to include listener comments and thoughts. We usually include listener feedback from previous episodes, but as we gather more for the episodes themselves, I really like having that sort of conversation of thoughts people have given us going into the recording. It's nice to be able to respond in that way and include it as part of the discussion at the time. It feels more effective in the way of dealing for feedback for me. I've also been playing more with my new podcast app that I'm using on my Android phone. It's really funny because I've been hearing lots of stories about people switching podcast apps because of Apple Podcasts becoming pretty terrible in some of the recent updates. And yeah, at the same time, I'm switching to something that I think other people are using as well. There was a piece on the feed, which I finally finished today, about where they talked about the way that show notes were dealt with in different apps. And it's really funny. That's one of the things that has made me switch, is the ability to read and access show notes in a much more effective fashion. Tomorrow I'm actually out in the evening, so I have no idea when I'm going to be able to record, and very little time to be doing anything on podcasting. So it will either be a short episode or I'll come up with something fascinating to talk about. I'd love to hear back from anyone if they have any questions they had for me about the process, about the way we're developing things, about some of the podcasts that are either coming up or the way that we plan to record and schedule some of the episodes in the future. Feel free to let me know on Twitter or Facebook or email or Instagram or any of the myriad social networks where you can reach me. Until then, I will speak to you tomorrow.